Hi guys, this is a video on how to install the Moss Motors LED tail light kit. It's part 143810. Now I'm not a great mechanic here, you won't see me tuning any SU carbs, but I thought I'd just kind of contribute a bit of an unboxing of this kit and show how they installed on my car. Here in the video, actually, these are the end results. You'll see it seems very bright white. It's a trick of the digital camera. They are actually bright red, not white as they're flashing. So I'm very pleased with the results. So let's get on with it.
So if you unbox it, I will also confess I have already put one of these on the right side so I can make a smoother video. The instructions which come from Moss are quite good. No real problems with them at all on how to install them on a early British car. And inside we've got a lot of connectors. May as well even include that in the box, but we've got a bunch of little connectors, butt splice as well as spade terminals, and they also come with a small gasket. Now, one of the things I noticed is that we are missing two gaskets, or not missing, but there are two gaskets which aren't typically included in the kit, which you may or may not need depending on the condition of your gaskets. So more on that later on. Let's go get started on the car. Now the first place we'll start is actually not with the lights at the rear, but with the flasher unit itself. If you want to run LEDs, you must update to an electronic flasher. Now, the flasher is right here. It's that circular piece. Now, I tried to be a little bit smart. I like to try as much as possible to keep things look roughly authentic under the hood. So that's actually a modern electronic flasher. Here it is, electric LED flasher. It's a three-prong flasher, I believe on 57, I know on 57 MGAs they have three prongs. When there's a single light on the dash, you may want to check up what yours takes. Now, what I did, just to be kind of cute, is I cut off the lid of the flasher, and I took the old Lucas out, and you can actually, this will actually fit right inside the casing if you carefully take the bottom crimp out. You can actually fit this modern flasher unit, just wrapped it in a little bit of duct tape so it doesn't short on the metal casing. You can fit it nicely up there. The only other change you need to make, aside from fitting it inside, is the modern flasher needs a ground. So I did drill a hole at the back, right behind here, so you can't see it, and it loops out and there's that second ground there. But other than that, I still think that looks better than a black and white piece of plastic under the hood.
Just wanted to show you where I got the flashes from. I bought them from, this one's actually came from Amazon for 10 bucks. I believe it's actually the same one that Moss sell. Don't get me wrong, I love Moss. But I think these guys could actually ship it quicker, and did save me a couple of bucks. But yeah, as you can see, it's a good plastic unit. Just dump the shell and throw it in your nice old school metal flash relay. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, so I'm going to work on the left light. What we're going to start to do is undo the two screws for the lens case. Okay, so this is the rubber ring that we will replace out of the kit. You probably won't need it. Okay, now we're going to take the chrome work off. There's two more screws that hold this whole assembly here. Okay, now we're going to cut the wires off. And once this bright work is out, there's a rubber gasket behind. Now this rubber gasket behind is not included with the kit. Mine's in good condition, I'll be reusing it. But if you're, you may want to consider ordering a new rubber gasket depending on the condition of yours.
So here's a close-up of the unit off the car. Now one of the things I noticed too, see if I can bring it in close enough, but the contacts on the back of the bulb are actually pretty loose. In fact, that's already popped out, I guess, but there's no doubt there it's a It's a pretty weak connection for me anyway. Could have given me some sporadic performance. Now, what we have to do here, just pan this camera back a little bit, is we got to take some rivets off. Now, the rivets, there are two of them. You'd see there's one there and one there. On the back they're quite plain as day. We've got to basically drill those rivets out. I'm going to try and drill it that way. It's just easier to hold it flat. So let's see how we do.
Okay, old piece is extracted, so we don't need this anymore. We'll be bolting the LED frame right on, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so it's time to put the LED board in. First thing is you need to put these little white spaces. They clip into fairly tightly. The manual does warn you may need to even file them back a bit if they're a little too tight in there. A little bit of pushing, they'll eventually click into space. The next thing you'll need to do then is put in the new rubber gaskets which came with the kit. Remember to put that between the LED board and the chrome frame. And my wires pass through the right hand side of my car. It might be different on yours. Alright, time to slide that back into the taillight plinth. And this is one of the most, trying to hold all 5 or 6 pieces and get the screws lined up is frankly a real pain. I hope that you luck it out a lot more than me, and thank goodness for fast forward. Also, this right now is where I screw up. Okay, time to also confess that I was missing a screw. The normal short screw which came with the card doesn't work. The screw that came in the kit is a self-tapping screw which just for the life of me wouldn't fit into the threads. Neither of them would work. So basically, I had to make a run down to the local Lowe's, and I had to get some machine threads that fit. So number 10, screws 1 inch were just fine for me to continue on my way. So after you finish fiddling around and getting the holes lined up, trust me I had a battle, go ahead and put the lens cap back on with the additional rubber gasket. Not quite done. Now it's time to take that plinth off and actually assemble the wires. Now there are 2 bolts that hold it on underneath the wheel wedge, what I didn't record but I just removed. So if you gently just prise it off once you've undone the 2 bolts, you should be able to remove it. Try and keep that rubber gasket but sticks on. It's easier to get it lined up if it's already sticking there. So here's the assembly removed on the table. Just easier to work up there. I used spade crimp connectors. Purists would probably use bullet connectors. Either which way, it all does the job. But I just go and crimp these. And finally, it's time to crimp and connect it onto the car. The Moss instructions do say the colors very well. I'm not going to go into detail what it is for the MGA versus MGBs or Triumphs. You'll figure it out very easily from the instructions. One other thing I can tell you is don't bother trying to test one brake light when you haven't done the other one. One incandescent and an LED on the other side, it'll make the LED look very dim. Alrighty, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.